This is the new cube draft here. You can see the new Soul Herder here. Pretty sure I'm not gonna take that card though. I think that it has potential, but locks me pretty hard into an archetype I don't even know it's good. There is some safe picks here in Preordain or Coalition Relic. Both solid cards. There's Archon of Cruelty, one of the best, if not the best, reanimation targets. You can also get it into play with Sneak Attack and Through the Breach. I think I am going to take it here. And they have added some cards to the Reanimator archetype that doesn't work with this, like Glorious Vengeance. But I think the Reanimator strategy is still good. Uraga-Treespick is a strong green card, but I more like mono green in the Legacy Cube. So start with the Archon here and see where we go from here. And here is Animate Dead, and it's gonna be very hard for me to pass up that card once I got Archon, so it seems like a pretty easy pick here. This is a kind of card that works with Archon, so pretty good start here, I would say. Okay, so I like Vampiric Tutor in Reanimator. I think that tutors are awesome. You're often looking for either the reanimation spell, like Animate Dead, an enabler like Entomb, or the creature itself. So being down a card is okay because you can often recoup the card advantage. So take Vampiric Tutor here. I could also be mono black Reanimator, like I was in a previous video with Griselbrand. But mostly gonna be blue-black because blue has so many good enablers. Alright, we're back here with Muldrifter or First for Discovery. If I wanted to stay mono black, I could take Custodial Lich, but I think it's a little too weak. So nice thing about Muldrifter is you can evoke it and then reanimate it, or animate dead it as it were. Whereas First is an enabler to put a card into your graveyard. They both have their applications, but I kind of like Muldrifter. It's also nice that you can hardcast it. So it's just a more powerful thing to do than First, is my opinion. Like if you evoke this and then reanimate it or animate it, you actually have drawn 4 cards at that point and have a 2/2 flyer in play. And back that up with blue permission spells, maybe Force of Will if I have enough blue cards. It could be pretty powerful. Okay, this fetch land is unfortunately not a swamp island. It could still be okay if I end up with some random fetch land, but I think Venser is an okay interactive card. It's also a card that's not horrible to reanimate. Sometimes you can like bounce land, set your opponent back. And we shall see. I mean, it's nice to have a little bit of interaction without sacrificing too much in the way of things to reanimate. So Venser is a little bit small ball for reanimation, but still can be decent. No, perfect. Liliana of the Veil is a fantastic card in Reanimator because it does the normal good Liliana things, but then also +1 means that you can discard your reanimation targets. Sahil is a new card, as well as Tesseret. But this is the Planeswalker I want. Here there isn't much. There is Fateless Looting if I wanted to go into red. Seems not particularly exciting. Hero's Downfall is a pretty mediocre removal spell though. So maybe I just take Fateless Looting just to sort of have that as an option. I don't think I'm gonna miss Hero's Downfall at all. It's also Lingering Souls, maybe, to combine with Entomb, but that seems junky. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now Fatal Push is a card I like a little bit more than Hero's Downfall. It's just so much cheaper. I'm gonna take it here. I think Fruitful Primacy is okay to have as a reanimation target, but sometimes you can randomly hardcast Archon, and it's just a better card anyway. So I think having a decent interactive card is nice. Una's Prowler or Elishnorn. I think I'm going to take Elishnorn just because it's such a good card against like green, white or red decks sometimes. Mostly green or white decks. Because when it comes down, it just wipes the board. And even if your opponent finds an answer for it, I think Ona's probably is one of the weakest reanimation targets anyway. I'm gonna put Elsinore in my sideboard for now though. Braid is a cyber card against a heavy control deck, or even sometimes a storm deck. If you play this on against storm, you can just sacrifice a land every turn and your opponent is just dead. So Blood Goss. Yeah. This is not the kind of card I want. I'm gonna take a Treasure Cruise. Lich. Take Eidolon just to don't want to play against that card necessarily. Of course, this is a league anyway, but you know. So this Treasure Cruise is a card I could maybe get in there if I get enough cards that go into my graveyard naturally. But the problem with Treasure Cruise is that you don't want to exile your reanimation target, so it can be pretty awkward to play. So, looking for Entomb, Reanimate, of course, the usual stuff. Alright, we got Riftwing. Not a terrible card here. There is Mannequin, pretty weak reanimation target, but it is a decent card. There's also Dorothy Voidwalker, which is a much more powerful card. Lion's Eye Diamond can sometimes work, but right now I don't have anything. You need Unburial Rites or like Shallow Grey for that. And I think they cut Shallow Grey for Glorious Vengeance, which is doesn't work with that. So that's probably a bad thing for the cube. I'm gonna take Dorothy Voidwalker, just a better card than Mannequin. And here there is Bone Shards, Force of Will. Bone Shards is an enabler and also an interactive card, whereas Force of Will is disruption, which can be very powerful in a reanimation deck. The only problem with Force of Will here is that I don't have enough blue cards. I only have 2. And that could change, but I just think Bone Shards is a great card. It just is it also interacts with your opponent's cards in a nice way. Spellseek I would have liked more if I had Entomb already, but I'm gonna take Bone Shards here, and Tendrils. We're not looking to be that kind of deck. I'm gonna take Underground River. I could use some mana fixing here, and it's not the best, but it's fine. I don't need Blood Chiefs first when I already have Fatal Push and Bone Shards. So gonna make my mana good here. So the fact that Archon doesn't work with Glorious Vengeance, I think is a bad design choice for the cube, honestly. Oh, here's a new toy though. This edition I like. This is a Merfolk Lure that you can flip into a 5/5 that's hard. Very annoying to block. But having a looter is nice here. So now I'm starting to get a lot of enablers for putting cards in my graveyard, but I only have the one Animate Dead so far. So I'm really looking to get some enablers here. Here's Glorious Vengeance, but again doesn't work with Archon. But yeah. So there's Thoughtseize, Narset, Factor Fiction. I just think Thoughtseize is such an important tool for this kind of deck. Narset is nice, but it doesn't dig me towards my reanimation targets necessarily. But yeah, I think Thoughtseize is just like in Constructed. I mean, Vintage Cube is a lot of like Constructed. Having super cheap interaction is super important. This takes your opponent's counter spells, sometimes removal, like a Source to Plowshares, or a card that just beats you. So in a regular limited format, Forces isn't anything special, but it's in a Vintage Cube it's a lot better, because your opponent often have linear game plans. Alright, I think might try Agents of Treachery here. That's a card that's also very nice to reanimate. Just steal something. This is an addition I like. I think card should be in the cube. I don't have any Tinker. Also, I don't have any artifacts necessarily to sacrifice. So another card that's not legendary, by the way. So yeah, Glorious Vengeance. Not a fan of that addition to the cube. Okay, so now there is Days, which is okay, but may not play that many islands. There's a Valky, which I can only play as a 2-drop. There is, however, a Triumph in my colors. I should probably take that. This deck has some mana-intensive cards, and if I end up with a fetch land, it's gonna be good. Thought Picker Witch. Yeah. Gonna take Shriek Modo. It's a fine removal. It's like a Muldrifter, except a little worse, but I think it's better than Glenelend or Archmage, probably. Alright, Mannequin Wheel. And since I'm in such desperate need of reanimation targets, I'm gonna take that over Lions of Diamond. And I'm never gonna. I might play Hexmage if I get Dark Depths. And if miss it, just not. It's just a 6/6 flyer in this deck. So right now I think Elishnorn is going to be in my sideboard as well as Braids. I also don't like Custody Lich too much. It is powerful, but just edicting is, I don't know. Brain Gazer, Bitter Blossom, Bloodcapes first, I suppose. And Damnation is not actually horrible in Reanimator because it can just attack the game from a different angle. And yeah, I'm very happy I didn't take Force of Will. I just don't have enough blue cards. All right, here's the card. That. And Ashen Rider is not a terrible reanimation target. Oh, Black Lotus. Nice. Recurring Nightmare might wheel, but I think Recurring Nightmare could almost be playable in this deck. I can sacrifice like a Rona, Dolphy Voidwalker, but I don't have anything great to sacrifice. But... Okay, we have Shieldred now, which is pretty good. It's not insane or anything, but I think it's gonna be decent. It's not it's a little too slow to reanimate, but it's a card you can reanimate if you got nothing else going on. And Lures I couldn't companion with some of my big targets anyway, so yeah, Shieldred is playable. Even though I don't have any draw 7s in this deck. Turn 1 Shieldred with Black Lotus. Alright, here's Reanimate. I'm very happy about that. Because A, it's fantastic in my deck, and B, it means that no one took it. And that means that Reanimator should be somewhat open at least. Baleful Strix would be a nice wheel, but I don't expect the wheel Remand though. Oh, Griselbrand. Yeah, I guess I can take another target. Now I have 3 great targets and don't really need more at this point. Now I got some of the best ones. Now this Gorous Vengeance getting a little more exciting, but yeah, I guess Graveyard Trespassing could be an okay sideboard card against another Reanimator deck, or against mono red. Just play this as a annoying card to deal with Danes on Life. I think it's a little too weak to main deck though. Yeah, maybe not. I put it here for now. I only have 20 playables. Not counting Black Lotus as a land. It's more like a acceleration card. Whereas Mox you usually counts as a land, but Black Lotus also makes Agent of Treachery a little more easier to hardcast in Archon sometimes. But yeah, if I can get Entomb, which I probably should, considering it seems like Reanimator is open, this deck's gonna be good. Dream Horse is not completely unreasonable, but I think a Stow is gonna be good here. It's a little bit. I don't need another big card like Scarab God, I think. And Rotting Regisaur is actually Not bad. Emrakul to go with Goru's Vengeance, but it doesn't work with Stowaway because you have to attack first. It works with Rona. Where did Rona go? Oh, okay. Alright, Imperial Seal, I don't think I need. I already have Vamp Tutor. Take Braids, I suppose. I think Braids is a little too weak though. So I'm not gonna get Entomb, unfortunately. And I'm not gonna get Exhume either. So this is gonna be a decent Reanimator deck, but I'm lacking some of the absolute powerful cards. Okay, Recurring Nightmare I think is gonna get there. And that will be my final playable, I think. About Therapist? No, I don't think so. Lures could be good against mono red, but I don't think it's main deckable. It's nice with Dolphin Voidwalker, and I guess Enemy Dead, but I have not enough targets for it to really shine. And Mystical, I'll take down, I suppose. Okay. Sort by color. I think it's fine to main the Trespasser, especially when I have Recurring Nightmare. Have to be a little careful though. It has to exile a card, so yeah. Okay. I guess Yarad plus Braids is a combo. Alright, I think 5, 6. This seems decent. 9, 6. Let's play. Alright, playing against a very good band here, Soundgarden. And I have a Black Lotus, so... Question is, I could play turn 1 Graveyard Trespasser. Alternatively, I could hold up turn 1 Vents or maybe bounce a land. And then I can maybe hard cost. I think if I do this, I'm probably gonna get Trespasser to flip. So I think this is good. It's a little all in, but my opponent also mull to 6, and it's a good chance this flips. I think I play that tapped and attack for 4. See if it gets the distance here. Balance. Okay. Alright. I guess I lose my Trespasser. My opponent has to discard a card. Alright. Not the end of the world. Opponent discards Rona. Okay. Do have Fatal Push. Might get boarded out in this matchup, although it does kill Rona, so... Pass here. I don't think bouncing a land is where I want to be. Though bouncing the Sanders Lounge sets my opponent back some. I think I'd rather bounce like a spell. I think this is a turn where my opponent's gonna Probably cast a spell. Yeah. I could let it resolve and then bounce it, but okay. I'm in trouble here now because I'm 2 lands away from casting Archon, and I'm also gonna get to be able to draw extra cards pretty soon. Also, there's no guarantee that the Archon will even resolve. Especially since my opponent stocks up here. Mana Vault, okay. Alright. 1 land away. Though it will have to wait. Seems like a matchup where I'd probably rather have Custody Lich over Shriekmo. But yeah, I think I'm not winning this game. Alright, so next time I can cast Archon. Into all that open mana. Now my opponent's gotta have something. Damn, okay. And my opponent is tapping out for the ready with no artifacts in the graveyard. Okay. Unless my opponent has like a Force of Will or Force of Negation. The Archon's gonna kill the ready with the ability. Because it Ravages of War and Wrath of God. Okay. Guess Daze works too. I can't even cast Griselbrand. I can cast Griselbrand, but I think it's better to cast Archon. Or is it? Yeah, I think so. Getting rid of the red seems important. And I'll do bone shards. So my opponent is some sort of tax deck with balance, ravages, a bunch of artifacts. But yeah, if I play Griselbrand, my opponent keeps the ready. A lot of things can go wrong for me. Of course, I'm gonna get to draw a lot of cards, but Teferi, okay. Now, I guess I play Griselbrand. Land. Draw 7 cards. And bone shards Teferi. Swamp. No, I can keep domination here. And hope my opponent doesn't top deck anything awesome. So yeah, my opponent's playing all the colors with a lot of taxing effects. Could still easily lose this game, but at least now I have a full hand. My opponent goes remove a spell into another like Armageddon type. Gonna have to rebuild. Though Animate Dead can go a long way though. Okay, there's Damnation. Should I draw cards in response? I don't think so. I don't think I need more cards right now. Okay. Start by enemy dead on Archon, I think. Take my opponent down to 3. Okay. So Fatal Push is probably okay against Rona, but I made one board out like Damnation and Shriek more. Might be better to have Braids could be interesting, I mean, though, yeah, I don't know. Vampire Hexmage kills Planeswalkers. My opponent had the ready Antiferia. Okay, I guess I'll bring that in. And kind of tempted by this Braids, but seems like it could do some work. Custody Lich, I think it's going to be better than the other stuff. Alright. Turn to Stowaway, turn 3 Liliana, or turn to Rona. Shall see. No Lotus this time. Okay, Rona. I'm gonna allow that to be in play for a turn and then Liliana it, hopefully. I'm gonna... Actually, let's play Stow. It does a similar thing, but if my opponent misses a drop, I'm actually going to draw extra cards. And I guess if I play Rona, I could have gotten double loot out of Liliana, but... Let's see here, so... Now I get to... This is what I thought could maybe possibly happen. Me drawing extra cards. Because if you're playing a control deck, it's very possible you're missing plays. Okay, so if this resolves, I'm going to Edict my opponent. Doesn't look like it's going to resolve. No. Miscalc. So one play I could do at some point is evoke Muldrift and then reanimate it, but gonna shield for down. See what I draw. My opponent's losing away a lot of lands. Damnation. Okay, that's a 2-for-1. So now, so I could Vamp Toot, but so if I evoke Muldrifter and reanimate it, I'm gonna be up to 9 cards, or 8, which is okay, I suppose, but let's try this, see what I draw. I don't have to reanimate it, but I could. Rotting Regissor. It was nice that I only take 5 here. And I might draw something I want to put in my graveyard. I'm going to discard Rotting Regissor. I think it's the weakest card. I just don't see that card going the distance against my opponent's deck. There's a power. Of course, if this is no, Tresseret. Search for 4. Cursive Portal, yeah. 5 mana Cursive Portal, that's okay. So I draw Black Lotus, I could have Agent of Treachery that. Okay, so could Vamp Tutor at some point. So how about X-Mage, Rona, and if my opponent casts Wrath of God, I can Vamp Tutor or something. But I think it's important to flood the board a little bit, because if my opponent has like a Ravages of War. My opponent's already cost 1 damnation, so... Okay. Destroy all lands. Should probably Vamp Tutor here. So... It could be, it's either Thoughtseize or Black Lotus. It could also be Animate Dead. And then Animate Dead like a Rotting Regressor. I think... I think Animate Dead is gonna be good. Because in like 2 turns I can loot away Agents of Treachery and maybe steal my opponent's land. So let's see here, let's draw, discard. Discard Agent of Treachery, play a land. Attack for 4, and next turn I can animate the agent and steal either a land or even a Cursive Portal, maybe, I don't know if that's the right play. Okay, opponent is passing here. I guess a loot. Discard. Island, I think. Okay, I'll try it. Could be another counter spell, but what are you gonna do? Alright, that worked out well. Now we're back with a pretty nice hand here. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn to Rona, and then hopefully finding a reanimation spell. Opponent's on 5 here, so could just also curve into Shieldred then. Green, so probably gonna sideboard in Elish Norn. Usually a very good card against green decks. Thoughtseize here. Sakura Traveler and Ogre Warden. Pretty easy Ogre here. It's the only action card. I mean, Sakura Traveler ramps my opponent, but Ogre finds stuff from the top of the deck eventually. Lands for now, but could hit creatures later when you get caught. Okay, so my opponent drew that. Has all the ramp. I have a Rona, which also blocks pretty well. Ramps here, so have access to 5. Actually 6 with Arbor Elf plus Utopia's Brawl. Here's where a card like Graveyard Trespasser is not at its best. Oh, we ripped the 6 drop. Okay, well, that's realistic. So I need to find a reanimation spell very soon. But then I might be able to get there. But now that's good, I think, at some point. So let's see here. So I'm pretty close to hard casting Archon, but yeah, it's gonna be a land for now. So I have access to 6 mana. So I could go Lotus into Shieldred. That doesn't seem that awesome. I mean, it does block Primeval, but I'm gonna go Trespasser here. And take a hit. I mean, I'm still not... If my opponent doesn't hit anything from the top, my opponent could have the Dark Depths combo, of course, but... right now, if my opponent doesn't draw anything, the Primeval is just a 6/6 trampler that fins my opponent of 2 lands. Okay, my opponent does not have the Dark Depths combo. That's nice. Okay, that's a card I can... More reasonable than Primeval. Okay, so I'm gonna loot. And yeah, I think I'm going to just shield. I'm gonna play Shieldred here, probably trade, and then... Oh, I get to loot again. Okay, I forgot that. Yeah, let's just do that now. I might draw Animate Dead, you know? No, Void Walker. Okay, I'm gonna discard the Void Walker. Because I want to be able to cast Archon next turn. And I might as well attack here, I think. Get a little bit of life drain. So I'm actually in good shape. If my opponent has 1 turn to top deck something awesome here. I could even in some universe not block here, but that seems kind of crazy. I don't have any draw 7s in my deck, so I'm gonna take this trade here. And what did you draw? Land, okay. So my opponent drew the Primeval, but after that has drawn pretty poorly. Might as well loot, discard Island. I can go Lotus. Cast Archon. And I think my opponent is pretty dead here. Because Craterhoof is not going to get my opponent out of this situation. Opponent doesn't have enough creatures simply. Maybe like a Ugin could do it, but Ugin can't even kill Archon. Because it has 8 CMC. So I don't know what my opponent could have. Ulamog could get my opponent out of this. Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger could actually do it. But alright, was a little scare there with the old Primeval, but I ended up getting there. Okay, so I'm gonna put in Elish Norn to reanimate that, because that's just probably good game if it comes down. And I like almost all my cards. I think a card like Venser might be a little too small ball in this matchup. It's a little slow. It doesn't permanently solve anything. Yeah, I think that's the worst card here. I could also maybe sit off with Void Walker. But that's a cheaper card. Also Trespasser is not great. Actually, Trespasser is probably worse than Venser, honestly. My opponent doesn't seem to have any graveyard things. It's just doesn't do much. Maybe I should have brought in Blood Chiefs first. Okay, this hand is interesting. I can Vogue Shriekmaw, but I don't have anything else going on. I think I'm gonna mull this. It just has too many blanks. Okay, this is a little better, although I'm gonna keep and ship Nightmare. If I draw Swamp, I can go Liliana, discard Elishron, get it into play. But I need to draw black mana here. But I have a lot of black mana in my deck. No, not good. Now, okay, if I draw 1 Swamp, now I'm in business. Because if I get Elishnorn into play, it doesn't really matter if I sacrifice a lot of cards. So Swamp next turn would be huge. Swamp next turn would be huge. Okay. You can see why I like Elishnorn in this match. Swamp. I'll take an Underground River. Maybe my opening hand would have been fine. I could have shriek mode something and then hopefully I'd drawn something from the top. But... Alright, there we go. Okay. So the question is if I go minus with Liliana or plus. Minus means it dies. I probably should go plus then. If I'm lucky, I can get to something great from my opponent's hand as well. Like say my opponent only spends the turn doing all this stuff and then only has a primeval in hand. Oh, well, that's a problem. Oh man. That is a problem. What's it gonna be? Almost anything it's gonna be I can't beat, but you know. Might have to... That's unfortunate. That's a kind of card that just I have a hard time dealing with. I mean, I have Thoughtseize, but that's about it. Oh, it's this Emrakul. Well, okay. X equals 14. So not... probably, yeah, okay. 24, 24 haste, okay. You got me, man. Okay, so does that change? I probably want Bloodshifts first. I think Venser is too slow. Bloodshifts first, it's nice to have it early to deal with something. Yeah. Yep, I'm gonna keep this. It's a little slow, but I could also Vamp Tutor for Black Lotus if I absolutely need to. But right now, I don't think I want to Vamp Tutor. My reasoning is, I don't even know what I get. If I get Black Lotus and play Rotting Breaker, I mean, I don't think that's gonna be good enough. I think it's better just to chill for a turn. And if I draw like an Animate Dead, then we shall see. But for now, I think I'm just chilling and... I could Vamp Tutor for Liliana, but... Okay. Okay, that means Liliana's not gonna be good. I could also Vamp for... Thoughtseize maybe, but how do I win if I do that? Okay, so now I can play Rotting Regisaur and then I can upkeep Vamp for a reanimation spell. That should be decent. So as long as my opponent doesn't kill me next turn, should be good. Then I have a 9-7, 9-8 attacking. So unless my opponent goes crazy this turn, I think I'm in great shape. And this Damnation is just not gonna get cast this game. My opponent has 6 mana. Primeval would be annoying, but not unbeatable. Oh, that's fine. I don't mind that at all. That was perfect for me. That was just so good. That was probably the best thing that could have happened to me in this game. Okay, let's Vamp for... Animate that. I don't see why I should take damage here. I don't need my Elishnor to be bigger. If I had Massacre, it would be even better. Opponent probably sees the writing on the wall here. But one could still have like Endurance, I suppose. But what are you going to do? Green card Endurance. Yeah. So attack for 9, and opponent's actually dead next turn. And channel doesn't work anymore. Does maybe it work? Channel, pay 10. Yeah, channel works, but okay, nice. Alright, on the draw here. Sure. I can set up some stuff with Vamp Tutor plus Bone Shard. So what I can do is... Okay, so what I can do is Vamp Tutor for like a Animate Dead, and then I can Bone Shards to get Agent of Treachery into play. But we shall see how it works out. Sacred Foundry. Could also Fatal Push. Magda, okay. I think I'm just gonna Fatal Push that, and because I can't do it all next turn anyway. Oh. Griselbrand is interesting. Robber of the Rich. Looks like some sort of... So I have to wait to vamp before that. Shieldred, okay. Yeah, it's time now to cast Vamp for Animate Dead, I think. Then Bone Shards. That question is just got Agent or Griselbrand. I think Griselbrand. And the problem with discarding Agent, for example, is I don't think my opponent's gonna cast something sick that I can just steal, but boom, yes, my opponent is some sort of aggressive deck, but and run with Steak. Okay. So hope that this Griselbrand goes the distance here. The question is, do I draw cards now? Assuming it resolves, of course. If I draw cards now, I go down to 8. But I kind of want to make my land drop. And I could find Thoughtseize, Swamp Thoughtseize. Yeah, I think I can draw cards here. There is Thoughtseize. Unfortunately, oh, there's a swamp. Okay, so I can go down. I can take the card that beats me here, hopefully. Source of Flourishes would be not the end of the world because I would gain so much life. But here, now my opponent is pretty much toast. I'm going to discard Agent so I can get it into play. And I suppose I can discard Orcon too. These are 2 cards I could reanimate next turn, depending on what happens here. Opponent has a Montania. Could get frisky with the Bowmat, I suppose, but Zealous Conscript kills me immediately, but what are you gonna do? It's a weird deck. Red aggro with some other colors in there. Not sure why. Maybe splashing an Ancestral, maybe. But why white? Peer Recruiter, okay. Could be a Phantasmal Image, maybe. Phantasmal Image would be something here. I have no way to target it. I think Phantasmal Image is the only card that does something here. Because like a Palace Jailer is too slow. I'm gonna get to attack. Dive Fleet there, but that does nothing. Right. I'm gonna get to attack for 6 lifelink. Probably not gonna draw cards. Okay. So I could pass here and mannequin something. The risk is if my opponent finds to remove a counter spell, but I don't even lose if that's the case. I still have a Griselbrand in play. So I think ambushing my opponent seems like it could be good. Sure. Can thought seize me, I suppose. I can respond to that. Oh yeah, that works, I suppose. Sure. So I could Sure. So now I can mannequin Griselbrand if I want to. Okay, my opponent has a land, fine. I think I like mannequining. I think Archon is even better here than Griselbrand. Because just if my opponent like finds a removals with Bowmat Courier somehow, this does more than. This also kills my opponent very fast. Actually kills my opponent next turn with Trespasser. Because this is now fragile with the mannequin counter. So I'm gonna gain some life, get a creature. I'll block the Steamkin here. Yep. That's why I block like that. Now my opponent is dead to 9 here plus the Trespasser. Island, okay, so my opponent is heavier blue than I thought. Then to play the Trespasser for the last rub-in points. Alright, it's a weird deck. Again, might want Bloodchiefs first, over like Dolphy Voidwalker seems pretty bad in this matchup, I think. Not sure about that. And Eleshnorn seems, on the other hand, very good. It's probably better than Venser again. Just basically kills all my opponent's creatures except Bergie. Alright, let's pause this. Alright, so I think I'm gonna keep this. It has a lot of potential to reanimate, and if nothing else I can invoke Shriek while reanimated, so this hand has potential. I may not play the Triumph because I may wanna cycle that. Question is how much time I have. Did not get a land. There's an agent. Okay, so okay, let's just play Triumph, I think. Drawing another action spell change that. Also, I may get some lands off the Goblin guy. Ragavan dashed. Okay, so I can't Shriek more that, but I've got Thoughtseize, which you could cast this turn. Gross. The only good thing is that if you take Shriek more Reanimated, then if you take Reanimate, I can still evoke Shriek. But yeah, this is not good. Opponent took my Reanimate, unsurprisingly. Alright, a little bit of trouble here, but do have some comeback potential with this Griselbrand, if I can somehow get it into play. It's far away now, but dashing Ragavan. Gets Underground River. Okay, kind of happy I didn't have to draw that. Probably evoking Muldrift the next turn if I don't draw anything good. Here's a Graveyard Trespass would be kind of nice. Okay, no. Okay, we'll evoke. Here's a point where I would rather have Venser than Elish Norn, to be fair. Bone Shards doesn't do much here. But it is a way to get Griselbrand in my graveyard at some point, maybe. Okay. Gets Black Lotus, oh no. Not only could I have played that next time, my opponent now gets Black Lotus. Yeah, this game is probably over now, but we shall see. Oh man, it's Ragavan. The only good thing about this is that let's say my opponent has something very expensive and cast it, I can now Bone Shards that, get Griselbrand in my graveyard. But Bone Crusher, it hurts to kill that. But alright, I think I'm gonna play Regisaur here. And question is, do I Bone Shards Bone Crusher? I think it's the safest play. It hedges against a removal spell. Because I don't want to take 4. And also next to my opponent could dash Ragavan and attack with both, and I will be put into an awkward spot. But the main card to draw here is Animate dead now. Reanimate is gone. I wish I had Jorgen's Will in my deck. Glory Bring. Okay, that's a 2-turn clock. Okay, I think I'm... Should I discard Agent here? I can't draw Black Lotus anymore. Probably should. Oh, okay. Attack. And so my opponent has Ragavan. I could Manic an Agent and still steal something even if my opponent has a targeting spell. The problem with Mannequin Griselbrand is if my opponent has anything, I lose the game. But if I take Agent, I can steal Glorybringer, block Ragavan, and then I can kill my opponent next turn. So I think the correct play is to take... do this. I could have done this pre-combat, but then... my opponent has more information. Let's see if my opponent has a targeting spell. Yeah, maybe I should have done this pre-combat. Just I wanted my opponent to deceive Rexar. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go out to 2. Fatal Push doesn't do anything. That might have been a little bit of a... So now I understand why my opponent is playing blue. My opponent has a Splinter Twin combo, of course, but my opponent is dead next turn if my opponent doesn't have anything. Because I can exert this and... Oh, Rolling Regular seems less. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. May have been a punt not doing this. Pre-combat, but I wanted my opponent to attack so I could ambush, but of course it didn't work. Oh man, if this was Venser. Okay, the problem is that if I Damnation, I die to Ragavan. Okay. Okay, so let's take out Elish Norn and bring back in Venser, I think. Alright, I think I keep again with Evoke Muldrifter potential. Obviously not the best hand, but no Goblin Guy this time. Tiger as well. Could be a fetch land situation where you have like a Misty or something. Runaway Steamkin. So hope that doesn't run away with the game. Black Lotus is cool. I can cast Agent next turn, or I can wait one turn and Archon. Should see what happened here. Unfortunately, I can't steal Runaway Steamkin with free counters, only because then my opponent just removes the counters. And I have no red spells, I believe. Light up the stage. Blood Fairy Phoenix and Eidolon. Okay. Seems like... and Goblin Guide. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna wait one turn, I just think. Gonna go ahead and Liliana and Edict my opponent, and then I can Archon next turn with the help of Black Lotus. Fortunately, my opponent's gonna have a good turn here with the help of Runaway Steamkin. Can play either of these cards, probably play both, but then the door is open for Archon. And I like the fact that I'm at 19. Opponent dashes Ragavan here. Sure. Not the end of the world. And you have to attack me to get the... Opponent ignores Liliana. That's a bold move. Opponent is Recurring Nightmare though, which is a blank for my opponent here, I think. Can now have 4 mana with the treasure. And if my opponent spends all the mana here, might be harder to twin me out, because twinning me is how I lose, I think. Bloodfeather Phoenix, okay, it's a card you can sacrifice to Archon, I suppose, but... So now I kind of wish I had played Black Lotus, but I didn't want to give away the information. Okay, let's start by plussing Liliana to hide some information before my opponent discards. Robber of the Rich. Okay. Play Black Lotus, take 2. And Archon go up to 14. Opponent has to sacrifice a creature, has to lose a card. My opponent could still win this with the help of Steamkin, but Thoughts is 1 mana short. So it's not easy to kill this in those colors for that mana. It's gonna basically be like a Brazen Borrower. Could be good here, but... Unfortunately, my opponent's playing very slow, but there's not much I can do. It's looking very good this game, though. Opponent stomps Liliana, okay. Fair enough. Then it also took 2 there. Has 3 red mana. Right. Should I Thoughtseize first? No, I think I should attack first. This doesn't add any blue mana for Deceiver. So let's attack first, and maybe my opponent sacrifices Eidolon and I don't have to take 2 damage from Thoughtseize. Or 4, I guess. Okay. My opponent is also very close to being dead here, but let's Thoughtseize and see what my opponent have. Splinter Twin and Remand. Well, I'm going to take Splinter Twin. I don't think Remand does anything here. I mean, it may do something, but my opponent needs to answer Archon or it's dead, so... I'm not sure what my opponent could have here, but... Alright, that was a sweet cube draft. Thank you for watching. See you next week.